Droids. Oh my goodness. At Galaxy's Edge, you can build your own droids. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and today we're going to be looking at how you build your Astromech droid, your little Astromech buddy. So at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, on Batuu, there's a Droid Depot. And this Droid Depot is a beautiful, wonderful little shop where you can make a little friend to take home with you. And in today's video, we're solely going to be focusing on the R-Unit. I do have a BB unit here, but because there's so much to go over, we're going to look at just the R-Unit today. We're going to talk about some things about how they work together, but we're going to listen to every personality chip. We're going to look at every possible accessory. And yeah, let's just dive into it. So, when you first get to Droid Depot, this is something you should expect is a wait. Generally, when I've gone 3 times now to Galaxy's Edge, on day 1, and things change, so my experience may not be your experience, but on day 1, midday, I waited about an hour, about 50 minutes, just to wait in line to pay for my droid. From there, I went right over to the little conveyor belt that they've got. It's a really cool little system they've got. And you can kind of, you pick off the line. It's kind of a neat experience. There's this conveyor belt going with all these different pieces. They give you your basket, and you pick which ones you want. You choose. But ahead of time, you tell them if you want an R unit or if you want a B unit. And the basket tells you what pieces to pick. So it tells you you need the head. In fact, I'll actually take them apart somewhat for you right now. So there's a head right here. You can see, you guys on this camera, I want you to be able to see the head. There you go. I went with a clear top. And it is, if you notice, take a look at that. You see the wires in there? You can actually, that's why I liked it, because you can see wires. But also, if you see the little dots and everything inside in here, maybe we can get it to focus a smidge. There we go. You can see these little dots in there. Those connect to a portion inside. So they actually connect to a little slot in there. And they talk to each other, and that's how this thing lights up, is because of those electronics. I can't remove the legs for you right now because the legs are actually screwed in. So we'll go over that in just a minute, how that happens. But you have your little accessory panels. These you don't pick off the line. What you pick off the line is the head, the legs. They'll be bundled together, so you do have to get 2 of the same colored legs. So in this case, I went with white. And the actual core, and then a middle leg. You can get a different colored middle leg. And this one, poor guy's like, why are you doing this to me? Maybe it comes out, maybe it doesn't. No, I think once it's in, it's in. Yeah, I don't think there's any... Oh, got it. I don't know why that was so difficult. It didn't break. Don't worry, it didn't break. It was a very loud snap, but it did not break. Yeah, that's interesting that it would do that. Oh, it has a little tab here, that's why. The tab closes in, so it makes it very difficult to pop out once it's in. But it is in. And again, this is a $99. $99.99 is how much this costs. Each one, same price. No annual pass discounts. No chase card discounts, unfortunately. But that's what you get. You pick a core. In this case, I went with blue. These little white panels, I'll take them off for now, because those are not included either. If I can take them off. There we go. So what you're seeing is you get a bundle of legs, and they're wrapped up together. You get a core, you get a head, and you get the little middle leg. And that's what you pick and you put in your basket. Once you've got all your items ready in your basket, that's when you head over to the build station. Now, at the build station, there's a mat in front of you. Half of it shows how to build a BB, half shows how to build an R2 unit. And you kind of put your basket covering the one you don't need, so it gives you the instructions. And you start to assemble them. You go through the instructions, put your head on, everything. And once you've got them all put together, the last little part you do, and again, you use the little drill. They have a drop-down drill that you kind of pull off the line, kind of screw in together. But the last thing you do is start to accessorize, and that's where these little panels come in. You can either buy packs that are sold separately. They sell packs, like just black ones, or just, I don't know the exact colors, but there's a bunch, and there'll probably be footage on the screen now. But it also includes, oh! Yeah, we'll get into his sounds in a minute. But these doors... It also comes, you can buy panels like a set. It comes with these little pieces, and it comes with all the doors. So you can customize it that way, or you can purchase stickers. There's decals that'll go over all of these, and you can put decals over all of it and make it your own that way too. So in the case of mine, I decided to go with the channel logo. So I'm the Dano channel. My logo is basically a Star Tours logo. For once, I actually don't have stickers in front of me. Normally I've got like a big wad of stickers, and I'm like, here, this is what they look like. But that's for another time. You guys know what the logo looks like. You can see it up there. There it is. And, yeah, so you put these little pieces on. There's also a little tray thing on the side where you can pick these. And again, they didn't have blue. You can buy blue. I can buy all blue separately, but mine came with blue. I could buy white. I can actually buy a set of white doors, and it would come with dupes of those. But I would get different white doors if I wanted, or pink. There's, like I said, there's different colors. All kinds of neat stuff. And once you have your droid assembled and ready, they basically bring over one of these. You hit the little alert tech button. The tech walks over, and they walk you through how to activate him. They place him in his little thing. He starts booping and beeping. They yell, pairing! And they drop this in behind him. And I guess that's supposed to make it so that nobody else tries pairing at the same time. So there's not any cross-communication between your remote control and your actual droid. And then he starts to like boop and beep and move around, and he comes to life. Your droid comes to life. You hit the button, and you watch all these things light up, and you really are activating the droid. And it's pretty neat. So overall, this feels childish. It feels like a childlike kind of deal. Is he still alive? No, he's not alive. He turned off. He does have a 5-minute turn off thing, which we'll get into in a second. You there? You there, buddy? He's like, no, I'm not here no more. There he is. So, by default, he has R2-D2 sounds. The R units have R2-D2 sounds. He's going to sound just like R2-D2. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And so, while you're waiting in line, there's 2 lines to get in and pay once you're inside. On the left side wall, there's all these accessories that I've been talking about. Some of them are going to be things like blasters and jets to put on the sides. There's a drink tray, which I have here, and we can put on him, which I just got, and I still have kind of mixed feelings over, because it's every one of these little pieces you have to assemble and put on there together, and it falls apart easy like Legos. So I don't know how much I love that, but I'll show you guys that in action in just a minute. Same with these cups, they all kind of just go on there. But this does, you can put a drink tray on him, so he looks like he does in Return of the Jedi. But there's also personality chips on the other end of the store. So I would encourage you, if you're going to be building a droid, I would encourage you to go around the store first. Well, have someone go around the store first and kind of get an idea of what you're going to buy and what you're going to get, or maybe buy the accessories first and have them in a bag, because sometimes the line wraps outside and it would be weird to grab merch and take it outside. So what I would do, I would get there, shop around for the accessories, buy the accessories first, the ones you know you're going to want. If you want the jet blasters, do you want the set of tools, do you want the pistols, there's all kinds of different stuff you can get. And the personality chips. There are 6 different personality chips, which I will gladly show you now. So we have first order personality chips. There are 2 of them. One is red, one is black. And there are 2 different SKUs for them. One's 99054, one's 99053. I don't know which is which, but because I took them out of the box already, so whatever. There's also Smuggler. You can tell by this symbol. So I've got 2 Smuggler ones. Gray and purple are the 2 Smuggler. And again, those are the 2. They are $12.99 each. Those are the 2 SKUs for those. And then we have Resistance, and again, 2 Resistance, 1 blue, 1 orange, same price, $12.99. I like this little fake barcode they've got on the box. It doesn't do anything, but it just says, to activate sound, chip must be connected to any assembled Astromech droid and activated by controller. So just so you know, they all work in all droids. They'll work in both the R units and the BB units. And they have different effects, and again, we'll go over the BB unit in another video. So, you've got your droid built, and the reason I brought up the accessories is because before you close it up and do everything, if you want to add your personality chip, it's a good idea to buy that before you activate. Not that it's hard on the R units, there's just a little door. There's this little, just tiny little door, and actually you guys see it better there. There's a tiny little door right here that you can just put your chip in. And since we've already heard all these sounds, I do want to go over the movements real quick. So in order to make him move on your remote, there is the head movement, which is this red one. You can make it move. The top red circle button here, this one does nothing unless there is an accessory attached to his sides. Oh, sorry. The bottom one makes him talk. Whew. All right, okay. We have left and right movement, which makes him turn left and right, and then we have the other blue up and down, which goes forward and backwards. So, in order to get that to happen, you plop his legs back, see they pop back. You angle this one down. Is that right? Oh, and you angle these, right? There we go. You angle these down. You pop them back, angle them down. That way everybody's flat. And I'm not going to have a ton of room here just because it's so busy at my desk. But as you can see there, he does go forwards, backwards. Whew. He will turn left. He will turn right. His head will move. He does all kinds of cool stuff. So, oh, see, he almost fell off. So he has full function remote control. You can boop him around the land or whatever. They don't encourage you to have him out, they say. And in fact, when you buy him by himself, you have the option of buying a backpack to wear him for $40, and I'll show you that backpack in a second. But by default, they give you this box. It is a very, very large box. In fact, if you guys want measurements on the box, I'll tell you how tall it is. This box is 15 inches tall, and let's just eyeball it here. About 10 inches wide. About 9 inches wide is actually more like it. It's about 9 inches wide, and it's kind of an odd shape. But if you don't want to purchase the $40 backpack, which has actually been sold out in most places, there is this little thing here, and there's like a little window. Mine isn't punched out. It is now, but it wasn't punched out because I didn't purchase this with a box initially. I got my box separately, and I asked for it to take home, so I carried this around with me for a while. Just this box. But yeah, that's it. You can put the BB in there or the R-Unit. They both fit inside. But if you don't want to do that and you want to wear them around, there is this Droid Backpack for $39.99. Now inside, I was thinking I could buy this and then I can give it to my kid and he can use it for school. But I didn't realize there's this foam insert inside. Maybe I can show it to you. Maybe I can't. Let's see. Alright, so this is the inside. You see Galaxy's Edge logo. There's a giant foam insert, and it does not seem like it's going to come out very easily without... It seems like it's glued or something in there. It's definitely fastened in there somehow. But I just wanted to show you guys the inside. So you can see on the sides there, it'll hold the R-Unit, but then it's also got this kind of concave thing that'll hold the BB unit as well. So it's made for both. We have a Galaxy's Edge tag. When it's zipped up, it says Industrial Automaton Astromech Droids. It's got some really neat print of different droids on the bottom that kind of goes around. This does fit children, it does fit adults. There's also a pocket inside if you want to keep any accessories and stuff in here. And there's a chain that you can use for the BB units to keep their heads on. We'll go into that in a later video. So while you're wearing the backpack around the land, what they tell you, and I got this sheet from a cast member. This is a cast member exclusive. This is the sheet that the cast members have to learn about this stuff. Just so you know, I asked, and this is what they gave me because there was a cast member giving misinformation. So I'll go into that in just a second. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So on the top we see it says Droid Beaconing. These droids will interact along their journey through Black Spire Outpost. That's very specific. It says through their journey, or along their journey through Black Spire Outpost. Doesn't say anywhere else that they will interact. That is very important. Instructions 3 and up, and it tells you how to basically how to pair the remote to the BB unit. That's not what we're focusing on today. We're looking at the R unit, and again, it's the same thing. In case you get it home and you forget how to pair, or it gets unpaired for some reason, there is a button on the bottom of the R unit. See that little silver button, that round button? You can use that along with a button found on... Actually, I think you hold down... Yeah, you hold down these two buttons together. That would be these two right here, and that's how you would get it to pair. That's what this is going over. After 5 minutes, he will sleep, and he will make noise. He will make a little beeping sound to let you know that he is asleep. So there you go. So if not activated for 5 minutes, he will sleep. The rest of the sheet talks about the FCC Part 15, saying that this droid won't cause any interference with TV or radio broadcasts. That's all that whole blurb is. Tells you about the batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AA and 2 AAA. I believe the 6 AA are in there. 2 AAA are in here in case you need to replace them. But that is it. Nowhere on this sheet of paper does it say that the droids will interact with each other. Now this is very important because I have seen a lot, or have heard, even they told me, a lot of cast members are going around saying, hey, they'll interact, when you take them home, they'll interact with each other if you get more than one, or they'll interact with your friends, they'll interact. It's not true. It's not true. I bought 2 of them. So the first day I bought one, and this is to the question, is it worth it? I spent my $100. I spent more than $100. I spent $100 on the droid. I spent $40 on the backpack. I spent $12.90, $13 times 6. So there's math. Again, this is like another $70 just on chips. Right? That's like, yeah, like $75 on chips. I didn't get some of the accessories yet. I didn't get those till later. But either way, I'm already in the whole $200 some like on one droid. And my wife wore it around. She wore it around every once in a while, or depending on where we're at. We didn't have a personality chip in there. I just had him in a bag. I didn't put it in to figure out how it worked around the land. But allegedly, if you're in the First Order, it'll beep differently when you're in the First Order area as it would if you're in the Resistance area, vice versa. And I'm not fully sure what the Smuggler ones do. I'm imagining they do cool stuff as well, but they're supposed to interact with the land. Either way, I get it back to the hotel, and after my first day at Galaxy's Edge, I'm thinking, is it worth it? After being in my little 4-hour reservation and hearing it boop when it did, well, that's the other problem. It's so loud there, you can't really hear it beep and boop. My wife said she would feel it in the backpack, and every once in a while, if I got lucky and happened to be filming something, I would catch it as it happened. But during the day, it's really hard to see. So the next day, we went back, and we purchased the BB unit. And that one we definitely noticed more, but that was at night, and that's because we could see the lights. So that's something to keep in mind. You're spending $100 some, plus depending on what, accessories you get, over $100 on this thing. And then the accessories are eligible for discount. I should probably put that out. You can get a discount on accessories, just not the droids, okay? But you're spending over $100 on this thing. And while it is a full function, like remote control, and it works really well, and it's really cute, and I love the boops and beeps, after day 1, I was thinking, you know what? I don't know that this is worth $100. It's cool, and I like how it interacts when it does, I guess. But, I think the real fun is when they interact with each other. That's what we were told. They interact with each other. There's a lot of cast members saying that. In fact, that's how I got this paper. When I went back this past Saturday, I overheard a cast member telling people in line that they interact with each other. And I asked them, hey, what do you know about that? Because I have 2 of them at home, and they don't do squat when they're left alone. They're supposed to interact with each other, right? You just told those people it's supposed to interact. And he said, I thought they are supposed to. I think they are. So he's like, let me get some more information for you, and I'll come right back. He went into the back. He brought me out this piece of paper that we just looked at. And he came back. He said, you know what? The only specific thing I see is on the top where it says they will interact along their journey through Black Spire Outpost. That is the truth. That is it. That's it. They interact at Black Spire, and it's not even a matter of them interacting with each other. It's a matter of, depending on where you are in the land, they're sending out these little signals to make your droid do this. But it's like a blanket wide area signal, so it makes them all do it. So if everybody has a droid in this area, they're all going to do it. So it seems like they're interacting with each other because they're all just receiving the same signal. And so they all beep and boop. That's my understanding of how the technology works. They don't actually talk to each other. It just happens to be coincidental that all the droids are receiving a signal at that moment, and that is what's causing it. So they don't interact, just to let you know. So if that devalues it for you, I just want you to know the truth. It definitely devalued it for me a little bit. I've taken this to a new level and added them as co-hosts in my channel, so for me, I'm getting more value. I decided I was going to make the best of it and really just use them and get my money's worth. That's the other part, is when you're deciding, is it worth it? Are you going to get your money's worth out of it? Are you going to go back to Disneyland and bring the backpack and bring the droid, and every time you go back to Batuu, are you going to be doing that? Because if so, then yes, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. But if it's for a one-off and you're not really going to play with it afterwards, I don't think it's worth it. But again, that's for you to decide. That's your budget, your deal. They don't interact with each other, and I just wanted to make sure that misinformation just stops right now, because even the cast members don't know. They are misinformed. Okay? You heard it here first. Debunked. Now that I've gotten through the sad part, let's get to the fun part, okay? There's been a long video, a lot of information, like I said, so I'm breaking it up into 2 different ones. We've heard R2-D2 sounds. Let's listen to some First Order sounds, okay? First up, We're going to go red. Let's go with the red chip. You ready for this? You ready for this? This camera's ready. That camera's ready. How about this one? We can see a red chip in there. In fact, I'm going to remove the door just so we can see it. I'm going to hold this up. Okay. These are interesting sounds. I made a move. I made the head move. That's a cool sound. I actually really like these sounds. That sounded kind of like the mouse droid. Okay, I think we've come full cycle on that one. I can't say it for sure because all these chirps and stuff start to sound the same to me, but let's go over to the black first order. Ooh, that's drastically different. That sounds like a sound just broken up into little like crunches. Oh my, are you hearing this? That one's cool. Holy what? Oh my goodness. This is a pretty intense sounding one. The black one's really intense sounding. Okay, I feel like I'm just now getting to where it's starting to overlap on sounds. That one was really unique and interesting. Again, that was the black one. That's the first order. Red and black are the two first order chips, just so you know. So let's do, right in the middle, let's do Smuggler next. I think gray is what he had in him normally, if I remember correctly. I'll slide that right in there. Let's hear it. I like it. It's interesting. Yeah, I like that. Ooh. And again, these are all very unique sounds. And notice nothing happens when I hit this because it's the accessory button, which we'll look at in a minute. Okay, I remember that one. And they have a ton of sounds on these chips. Okay, I think it's time to switch over to the purple. We've listened to that one for like a minute. Let's go over to purple. So that's a little different. But notice how fast it is. It doesn't take a long time or anything to kick over to the new sound. It's pretty instantaneous. Oh, I like that. Reminds me of Charlie Brown, the parents on Charlie Brown. I like this guy. Now, I keep this chip in the BB unit normally. I have both of them as smugglers, actually. Okay, so we've heard that. Now let's hear the resistance. Let's do, oh, just to show you again. Gray and purple are smuggler. Blue and orange are going to be resistance. Let's do, he's blue. Let's do blue first. In fact, if you notice, blue and orange, I went with, I love the resistance, so that's me. This is the blue one. That's an interesting tone. It's very slow. Reminds me of Metroid. That's cool sounding, though. He's very chill. He's very chill. He's like a mopey guy. I would actually think this sound would sound cool on one with like an R5 head, or like or one of the triangular kind of heads. Excuse me for not knowing, but yeah, I think it would look a lot or sound a lot cooler on one of those different looking droids instead of the regular dome, you know. Okay, I think we've come full circle on him. And again, they do have that shut-off sound that's a little bit different after 5 minutes. So just so you know, they have that. And I'm not going to wait and do that. It's just going to take forever. Ooh, I like this. This is the orange. He's like very chirpy, like... He's very like high-pitched. Like, he's got high energy. The other one was more slow. I wonder what he does in the First Order area, then. I'm going to have to test that out over the summer. Again, I live a few hours away from Galaxy's Edge, so I can't just go whenever I want once it's open. I have to make trips, and it costs me like $100 in gas to go. So it's got to be like worth it when I go. Okay. I do like that one for that little song he plays. Okay, I think we've come full circle on him. I do like that, but my favorite has got to be for him, it's got to be the gray. I feel like that's more his personality. And I'm going to put that little door back on. These doors do pop on and off pretty easily, and that closes right up. Now, I didn't show you earlier, in fact, you probably see it better on this camera. These doors do open. Not all, but most of these doors do open. And if you want your droid to, like, just have your little flaps open, they're open. You can see inside, like, he looks a little cooler and a little more lively with the doors open, I think. And you'll notice inside are some spots for a couple accessories. Now that I've got the chips done, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way real quick, so I have room for accessories. Alright, the next accessory, it's kind of empty box, but there you go, you can see the back of it. It's pretty cool. This is the R-Series serving tray, and I do want to show you the box and what that all looks like. So let me get that out here for you. Again, the front, there's not a whole lot going on there, but it's the back that's got all the good info for us. There we go. R-Series serving tray includes 7 cups, articulating serving arm, attaches to R-Series legs. This goes over the legs. This is a little thing that goes in attaches to the dome. Some assembly required, not for food use, and it comes with 7 cups. There you go. And this, I mean, that's basically it. It's $17.99 is how much that cost. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge came from Florida. It's a pretty big package. This is about as big as my 27-inch iMac. It is a large package. In fact, if you want to see, I had to throw that back there. I've got it assembled. Never mind my dirty desk. But it is assembled. This is something that comes apart. Each one of these little panels, I'll show you, does just kind of pop off and come apart. See that? They're all separate, and the cups are separate. And it's kind of, luckily it is very sturdy, but the fact that it does, like, you have to assemble it is super annoying. Oh, see, a piece just came off. And that's, to me, that's super annoying. And each one of these plates does come off. You have to kind of like put them all together. So just so you know, assembly is definitely required on this, and it doesn't always stay together perfectly. Alright though, I do want to show you what they look like. I'm going to put his little cup back on. There we go. These just sit right on top of the legs. They literally just clip right on top. In fact, it doesn't work so well. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. This accessory does not work when he's in moving mode. Because the other piece, or maybe it does, yeah, maybe I guess. I just feel like this would get in the way and knock things. You can't really angle them any differently by the way they're shaped. You can see there, they hug the legs. So if it's in the mode to move, okay, what happens when I turn the head? Yeah, it kind of does what it wants. You can kind of see it there. It is, let me move him back a smidge. You can see it, get a better view. But the head does turn. I mean, it kind of looks like he's doing something. But again, this is a non-electronic. I just don't like the angle of those. The angle of those makes it look like they're gonna fall. Whereas when he's propped upright, oh, I broke it. I broke the whole thing. I knew that would happen. That was just stupid of me to do that. But you have to like prop him upright to make it really work. You do have to put his legs back up. Pop him upright. There we go. All the legs are good. This little dome thing can just plop into a little spot in his head. And see, this looks way better. For display purposes, this looks way, way better. So yeah, when you've got him just at a normal angle where his legs are upright, he just looks way better. And again, you can move that head. You can pop this up. This thing has a little bit of an angle to it. You can kind of set it up like he would be serving those drinks. And it's just, it's a neat accessory. It looks cool. I like getting them all decked out with this. And the next accessory, which is going to be the tools. Let's take a look at the tools. This is another non-electronic set. This is the R-Series tool set. It includes 6 tools. And let's just take a look at some close-ups of the packaging on this one. Alright, there it is. R-Series tool set. You can see the cool blue arm. And it comes with 5 other little attachments. Now those little attachments, these things, they just kind of sit into these holes. There's holes in there, you can see. There's some in here. And the other side also, there's 3 spots for them there. And then there's more spots over on this side. If I can open them. There we go. There's more spots over here to put them in. The spot with the voice chip does not have one. But there's 1 there, 3 there, and 3 over here, in which you can attach these. And let's go ahead and attach them now. And before I attach them, I do want to go over, it comes with the large electric prod, which goes in this same spot. You could technically attach it to that little thing here. It will fit, and it just looks a little funky, but it will fit. That little peg will fit in there. But it also comes with a computer terminal arm, power charger arm, data probe, grasping arm, which does open and close, and a utility saw, which does rotate if you like flick it. It doesn't do it on its own, but it will rotate if you move it with your finger. Alright, so I've got him decked out. This is the most ridiculous looking droid ever. He's got serving tray on. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no! He almost fell. That was close. That was really close. It was almost an official Dano channel video. I booped this guy too. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to bump you. But this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You guys got to see this close up. Just look at this. He's a monstrosity. He's got all kinds of craziness going on. Sorry, S4D, B4BY. You look like a crazy boy. Look at you. Wow. Well, I'm calling you a crazy boy. But he's got all his panels open. He's got tools everywhere. I put them on, and that's not even all the accessories. So get this. There's more. There are these little chip holder things right here for the other accessories that are electronic. So when you build your droid, they have you put these on to cover them up. But if you want to get these other accessories, like the blasters or the jets, those will work there. And I happen to have both the blasters and the jets. So for time's sake, I'm just going to put one on of each and show you one by one. And then we'll look at the box real quick too. Just because this video is going so long, my cameras are all going to die. And yeah, I don't want that to happen. But what's nice is now that I'm reviewing this stuff, I can get rid of so much cardboard from my office. I dropped something. So we'll do one blaster. There we go. And one jet. First off, I want to show you the blaster. Is that on correctly? That looks good. Can you see it there in the vid? Okay, cool. So, the one button, like I said, the one button does... Here goes the blaster. Yeah! Isn't that awesome? So you can, you can have him have dual blasters, which is, you know what? It's too cool not to. So get this. This is the other part. A lot of people are like, how come there's no blasters at Galaxy's Edge? Disney has a no blaster policy, okay? A couple years back, a gun fanatic, someone who didn't want to follow the rules for one day, decided that they were going to just bring in a loaded weapon to Disney World, and shortly after that, they changed their policy on any blasters. This is the Pirates of the Caribbean flashlight blasters they used to sell, the Buzz Lightyear blaster guns they would sell after the ride. Anything that was a gun, pistol, anything like that, gone from the parks. So we can all thank that guy for that day. But it is what it is. People always ruin nice things. But technically, these are the only blasters you can purchase in all of Disney parks at this moment, as far as I know. It's these blasters for your droid, and it's just, look how intense that is. He's nuts. He's crazy. Look at him. He's a drink-serving crazy droid. Alright, so I lied and I said I was going to do one and that's it. But you got to see both. If this is a real review, you got to see both. I can't just do that to you and only give you one of them. It just wouldn't be fair. So I'm going to attach both. Okay, we've got jets on both sides. You guys ready for this? Oh, yeah. Now, there are multiple sounds and flash patterns. But you can also make him talk at the same time. So, like I was saying, these droids... Whoa! He's still going. Okay. Like I was saying, these droids do a lot. These droids have the potential to just be absolutely ridiculous. Look at this thing. I spent a lot. $17.99 for that. $14.99 for that. $100 for the droid. $40 for the backpack. It added up. I spent a lot. Yes, for review purposes, for this video. So please share it with people who are going to Galaxy's Edge and are thinking about buying these accessories if they want to know what they do and what happens. Now you know. I went through all this so that you don't have to guess, so you know how cool those jets are or how cool the pistols are. Like, imagine making your own droid. I mean, I don't have to imagine. I actually have one. But making your own droid, arming him with pistols and being like, you know what? This is my smuggler. I'm going to make him a smuggler. I like that voice more. Or this is my all black first order droid. We got the black chip in there. We got pistols. We're not messing around. We're going to the resistance side. You can really just dive in, put them in your backpack, have your, be part of it. And that's the fun of Galaxy's Edge, is being able to just let yourself go. Even as an adult, I'm a 36-year-old man in a room full of toys, talking to droids, and it is what it is. I'm having a good time, and you're not going to ruin that. And that's how you should feel when you go to Galaxy's Edge. You should be like, you know what? I'm on a Disney vacation. It's going to cost me a lot of money, I know. But there's no way I'm letting anybody ruin my good time, and I'm just going to have the best time. And that's it. You need that hype. You need to be ready. You need to be psyched, because it can be the most fun ever. It can be like some of the coolest fun and some of the best memories you'll ever have. So the real question is it worth it? Let me know down in the comments below. For you, in your situation, is it worth it? Everybody's different. It's okay if it's not. It's okay if it is. Either way, I want cool, just like good conversation with you guys. Let me know what you think. I think it's great. But again, I decided to put it to more good use. When I first bought it, I was like, this isn't great. This is maybe worth $69, $70, like 70's pushing it. I felt like 60 was too low, but 70 was too, so I was like 68, but 68 is a weird price. So I'd say $69.99 is what I would expect this to be if it were to be at like Toys R Us or Walmart or whatever. But it's at Disney, so you pay a premium. And it's at Galaxy's Edge, so you pay even more of a little premium, which I've noticed on pricing on things. But with if you want to dive in and go for it, I'd say go for it. That's just me. I do this for review purposes, so I was going to get all this anyways. But again, look at your budget, kind of feel out, is it something you want to do? If you're weighing this, a lot of people have been like, do I get a droid or do I do Savi's workshop for the lightsaber? That depends on you. Some people are going to get that lightsaber and they're going to go home and play with it and really fight and like really get into it. Some people won't. And in which case I would say get the droid, save $100, or you spend all 200 that you would spend on Savi's workshop, spend that same 200 decking out a droid and getting all the cool stuff, the backpack, everything else. And the backpack has been limited in quantities. I know. Lately in this first opening beta test, whatever you want to call it, at Disneyland, the backpacks have been in short supply. I went the opening week, and then I went a week later, and the week later they did not have them. By day 2, I went day 1, day 2, and then day like 8. But day 1 they had some. By the end of the night they were sold out. Day 2, none at all. And then I went back a week later, none at all. So again, those backpacks, if you can find them, snag them if you want it. If not, I don't know. Last thing I did want to do is include dimensions. Someone had asked me real quick for the dimensions of the droid. Height, just under 13 inches tall. Width, this is important for those of you who want to make your own custom backpacks, right? Width is going to be, it's about 8, just under 8 inches, about 7.5 inches. If you want to talk about how girthy he is, the girth of D2. He's about 5.5, just eyeballing it, probably about 5.5, 6 inches wide. So just so you know, like the dimensions about how big he is. His little footprint is actually a little bit wide. Well, maybe I had it wrong. It's about 8.5, 8.25 inch from one end to the other. But I would give yourself a little bit of room if you're customizing anything for him. Because if you want to make, people make their own data pads. So I could see people making their own bags and special carrying cases for their droids. And that's just cool. That's really cool. And if you want the dimensions for this, it's just going to be similar for this guy. His dimensions are going to be very similar. Probably about 6.5, about 7 inches diameter. I don't know what you want to call that for the BB unit. We'll go into that in another video. Again, this has gone way longer than I thought it would. But I did want to give you the most complete and deep dive that I could. Right? Okay, well, I think I did a good job. Guys, let me know. Is it a thumbs up? Is it a thumbs down for you? Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure you use the force on that notification little bell down there. That way you guys get notified every time I drop another one of these videos. If you found this helpful at all, if you found any of my Galaxy's Edge videos helpful, consider going to my Patreon. If you are a patron and you do more than $3, which would be like the $5 range, or if you want to just do $3 even, I'm going to be doing postcards after your first month as a patron. These are postcards from Batuu. These are very cool. So again, just something, use it like a tip jar. Not required, just something I throw out there. There's also Amazon links and other things to support the channel. They're always in the video description below. I think that's it. I think we're done. We've covered everything we can. If I miss something, leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer you down there. We ready? S4D, you ready to do this? Okay. Yeah, you do look a little ridiculous. I'm sorry. But he's completely decked out. You ready to do this? Okay. And? Goodbye forever.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more Galaxy's Edge news, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have the notifications turned on, and check out one of these playlists. I've been putting all these Galaxy's Edge videos up here for you. I'm going to be vlogging, I'm going to be covering it, I'm going to be getting prices all for you.
May the force be with you. Good. Bye. Forever.